So this will be a short video. It's probably the last, I think the last video in the related to inheritance proceedings on my father, where judge committed major frauds, brutal crime acts, and he give monster who murdered 3 members of my family third of my property. And I'm showing here the part of that fraud related to CADASTER of Smederevo, which is the area where my father lived, and CADASTER is institution handling properties, geodata, ownership and properties, and so on and so on. So I'm showing here that they answered only once on a lot of my emails. This was their sector for control, and I don't know how to translate this. Well, I cannot really translate it like this, but sector for controlling for control of their offices, how they work. Their offices in cities of Serbia, and they are part of the Republic Geodetic Institute. So all those catasters are part of that institute. So they answered only once, but I need to search this again just to show that I'm not faking anything. So they answered only once, and not a there should be here the signature of person who is in charge and the seal, and they haven't done that. This is something that's done by, so I address here director of that institute, date, and so on and so on. So this is something that most of the in most of the cases happened when mostly state institutions, prosecution offices, and so on answered my emails, picking only some of the emails, only some parts of emails that suits them, ignoring all important facts. So what I said here, emails sent on that date. Regarding my well, this was basically a crime report. They committed the major frauds. So this was before the day when they actually they were trying to manipulate in all possible ways to give this monster third of my property, although I notified them on everything she did, that there are crime charge, major crime charges, charges against her, crime reports, and so on and so on, that even police confirmed that she's guilty, and so on and so on. I mean, there is a reasonable doubt that she murdered my family, but they did nothing on that, and this is their response. So they said, they stated here, they stated that what I sent is I don't know how to translate this. Messy. Well, it can be translated as messy. It's not that what they sent is not clear to them. They cannot understand, which is of course rubbish. And the fact that they answered only once and without signature proved that they are guilty. So they stated here in the end that everything committed regarding the all the frauds committed during inheritance proceedings is not their responsibility. It is their responsibility. It's long criminal proceedings. They need, according to that law, they need to file a crime report against their colleagues who committed the crime, and this is one of many emails I sent. So it's not just them, all the acting prosecution officers from the lowest to the highest instances did nothing, police and so on and so on. So they let that happen, and this is my response, where I asked them to give their name and surname of the person who is in charge. Then they haven't stated there who forwarded my request to them or my complaint, which was actually, that was a crime report, and so on and so on. Some facts that I already explained. So this is the only case when they answered. So let's see what else. Yeah, I need also to show. I mean, I haven't deleted anything, otherwise Gmail would have a proof against me. So let's see if there is. Yeah, there are 4 emails here related to that institute. I just need to quickly show there is nothing else except this. So their main office, first was Info Center, and the third one is CADASTER in Smederevo. They simply ignored everything I sent, and in this response, which was the only response, you saw what they did. So the only thing I should show now is the well, actually I need to access this. So this is my, again, this is my, I spent this in a lot of other videos. This is my YouTube channel, and this video contains public folder to all email exchange, all emails I exchanged with a lot of state institutions, and even some documents I got by the regular mail. So after 16th of June 2021, I started creating the so these are the emails in form of screenshot. This can be seen here per page as shown in Gmail. I'm going now just to open the documents I received from CADASTER. So this is the envelope. So this is when they asked me to pay for their illegal change of ownership of my property. This is the decision. All the details are described in other videos, given in other videos. So I'm just giving this for the sake of completeness. So their final decision, when they finally managed to steal third on my property, they did this of course to prove that this monster who murdered my family is not responsible. So let's see if there is something else related to CADASTER. This is related to something they tried before. This is actually the second page, but they gave up. They tried to give that monster third on my property before, but they gave up. Probably there was negotiation about how much they should be bribed. So this is the date. It's obviously, so this is the guy who is in charge in CADASTER of Smederevo, VOJIN KRSTIC. They said here they stopped the proceedings of changing the ownership of the property. I think that would be it. So 3 pages. First page. Second page. And third page. So that's basically it, and let's see if there is something else related to CADASTER. Yeah, this is something else. This is something I did before, changing some ownership of the properties and fixing some issues in CADASTER. And I think the last thing is this. This shows how what they last modified, what they were doing, how many changes they did here. So it started on 24th of November 2020, and this here shows what they, how many times they changed what they tried in order to give, and they succeeded in the end to give. Of course, I let them do that. I explained it's the same thing as what I did with inheritance proceedings. So I let judge do this, committed frauds. That was the easiest way to prove they're wrong, because judge removed all the traces, although I recorded everything, all the traces of his criminal behavior, but I recorded everything. So he did this. I don't know what's the point of doing this. That doesn't have any effect. And also they don't want now to, none of them, including CADASTER, lawyer and notary, where the contract is certified, because the final goal was to sell that property as a final stage of proving that monster who murdered my family is not guilty. So none of them now wants to send me that, to give me that contract, because it's illegal. And monster who bought that war criminal, I mean war criminal by the means he's a war profiteer, now he's crying like a pussy when he figured out he will go to jail because of that. So he's now crying like a pussy, and today is 8th of July 2023, meaning that everything they did, they spent a lot of time, that it took 3 years to sell my property illegally. 3 years since my father died. So they just wasted their time, money, and so on and so on. So this is everything except one more thing, and I just need to mention someone who I think I haven't mentioned before. And the reason why I'm doing this is because there is no directory, I think, strictly related to CADASTER and this institute. So in G Drive, of course I can check that out right away. So CADASTER, no, this is K. So there is no such thing, and there is no RGZ. Well, actually there is. So there is actually. I forgot that I created it. Yeah, so this is the, obviously this is a reply. This is that thing related to their control, office for control. So there is actually. But I needed just to show this for the sake of completeness, because this is important. This is the main thing they did in order to show that, to create illusion that this monster who murdered my family is not guilty. The last thing I need to show is so this is from Higher Instance Court of Smederevo, which was acting court regarding complaint on inheritance proceedings. I explained everything what they did in other videos, so I'm not going to do this here. I'm just going to open this document. This document is in at least should be in the folder related to this, the court I mentioned, which is again on in Final 2 folder. So I just want to mention it, to show it, because I haven't done that in previous video, although I promised. So it's called it's this folder, so it's related to the to Higher Instance Court in Smederevo, and I think I have this email that I'm about to show. So one more time, what's the last date? The last date June 7th of July 2021, 7th of July 2021, and this is sent on in 2020. So this should be this document should be there, but I just wanted to show that this is not just president of that Higher Instance Court is involved, so Higher Instance Court is Smederevo, but also vice president or deputy president, whatever it is properly, whatever it is proper term, and he was also invoking the law and on electronic signature, and I showed in other videos that he didn't have any arguments to do that. So this would be all regarding the crimes committed by CADASTER and the Institute, Republic Geodetic Institute. Just want to finish up with this. So so this is the director called Red BORKO. This is the director. He's from Montenegro actually, and it appears that somebody removed it looks like somebody removed the of course I recorded that. There was the article about that guy. I cannot find it anymore. So the point is that this guy is a communist, commie monster. So I cannot find that anymore. What about Yahoo? I cannot even access Yahoo. Okay. Go is that I hope it's safe. BORKO DRASKOVIC RGZ. It looks as if somebody removed it, so let's see. What? No. Come on. So I don't think this is here. Somebody removed that article. Yeah, here it is. It's some sort of cache. Okay, so Red BORKO DRASKOVIC, so he's the director of that institute, and it shows here who he is, that he is a criminal, and the last thing is that he's a Templar. He's a member of Templars, and so on and so on. So highly controversial moral piece of shit, and also commie. Red means crveni, crveni means red, which means that he's a commie. He was a part of this Yule political party, which was the party established by late wife of Slobodan Milošević, who was also from Montenegro. I mean, his parents were from Montenegro, so he's basically Montenegrin. So this thing with commies, I think would be a great place to finish the video.